So we've downsized, or if we had downsized...
Would we downsize to this sort of layout?
So before we get into this video proper, I just want to say a big thank you to Oliver Cox from Caravanning with the Coxes. I'll leave a link to his channel down here, and you can check them out. Oliver works at Webbs and he's been able to organise a loan of this panel van conversion. It's something a bit different for us, and I hope you'll find it interesting, and let's see how we got on. Yeah, I mean, certainly like this lounge area. I mean, these sofas are brilliant for lounging in. It's the van's best feature by far, really.
Yeah.
But I think the whole thing about this is about compromises, and it would be what sort of compromises will we accept if we were downsizing.
Yeah.
So I don't think the sofas are compromised at all. No,
the sofas are very comfortable. We had a good night's sleep, didn't we? Because we pulled the two together, and the dogs slept in their beds in the middle.
So that worked really well.
Worked really well, didn't it?
Yeah. Once we persuaded Tara to come in the middle.
Yeah.
She was a bit reluctant to start with, but yeah, that worked really well. So that's a big plus here. Cupboards.
Well, these cupboards up here seem very well made. When you open them, they stay open, if you know what I mean, because we have that problem, don't we? Sometimes it comes down. We haven't used all of them because we're only here for 3 days, but currently we've got about 4 empty, haven't we? Yeah, I mean, obviously we'd have more stuff in there. I think storage is one of the compromises, isn't it? Yeah, although you can store a fair bit under there, and you've got access there. We've got access outside. No, you've got access from inside and the things underneath. So that's good. I think bringing an awning would be challenging, but this hasn't got a roll-out canopy on it. So I mean, you could have it fitted. I think the biggest compromise in this panel van conversion is the shower washroom area. Yeah, and then obviously it's a lot smaller than what we used to. Yeah, I mean the cupboards here are enormous, and you've got almost like a double-sized wardrobe and huge drawers, which I think has shortened the size of the washroom. And I think, in all honesty, you wouldn't want to be using that washroom an awful lot. No. Well, the toilet is, for me anyway, I seem to have this problem in lots of different vans, but the toilet is quite high up for me, so you have to, your feet are in the shower, aren't they, when you're using the toilet? Although you can sort of pull your feet up to the side, I still feel like I'm sort of lifting myself onto it. On a pedestal. You know what I mean? It seems to be a lot of toilets like that, and we've looked at recently. Yeah, the Baileys did that. And I know. Your little legs can't reach the floor, can they? But you're fine. I'm fine. Yeah. Well, no problem at all. For obvious reasons, there's other things I can use. But if I do have to sit on it, I don't find it difficult because my feet are bigger than yours, and I can't find anywhere to put my feet. So yeah. The other thing about the washroom is that the pull-out basin is so big I can't get round it. Yeah, but it's a nice shape, and it's a brilliant size. It's bigger than the one we've got in our own motorhome. Yes. And that works well once you can use it. But if I'm having a shave and using that pull-out basin, then I'm standing in the corridor to do it. Well, and to be honest, that's when you're having a shower, that's what you end up doing, because you can't take your clothes in there for obvious reasons. They'd be wet. Yeah. So you end up with towels on the floor outside. Yeah. I mean, it seems a shame to knock the washroom so much, but that, I think, it's the biggest compromise. It takes some getting used to. Yeah, it would take some getting used to for us particularly. I mean, people who've used camper vans for years would probably say, "What are you moaning about?" Yeah, that's right. It's got no cupboards in it either. No, there's nowhere to store anything. There's nowhere to really hang anything. There's no hanging space on it. You can't. I mean, we've put our towels around the pole for the shower. Yeah. Because that's the only place I could find to put them. That's right. My jumper managed to fall in the dog's bowl, so then I was looking around for somewhere to hang that up.
Yeah.
Couldn't find
No,
anywhere.
and once you've had a shower in there, which we had this morning, is that the floor is wet and everything else is wet.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. Well, I don't think we're particularly. We're on grass, aren't
We're
we? Not
sloping
level.
towards the front there, and
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah, it's not particularly level, so it doesn't drain properly. So, but that's a problem we have on all motorhomes.
Homes, yeah, it's not unusual.
So moving on from the washroom area,
Yeah.
the kitchen.
Kitchen is it's long, so
Yeah.
I always quite like that idea. One thing I would say is, I mean, we probably would reorganise things if it was our van, but at the moment we're using the 2 drawers for our mugs and plates.
Yeah.
And for me, that makes it very easy because I just open that, take a mug out, take a
put everything
plate
in
out.
there. Yeah, they are big drawers.
Yeah, but I don't think they're.
Going back to the washroom, I think
Yeah.
because the drawers are so big, that's why the washroom's
Yeah,
that much shorter.
yeah,
So,
that's
you know,
right.
again, it's about compromises.
The sink is quite good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite deep,
Yeah.
so I couldn't fit even our tiny little bowl in it. So we're just using the sink. The cooker's got 3 gas burners. We haven't really used that much.
No,
have
we've
we?
used the oven.
We used the oven. The
Yeah.
oven was very very efficient. It's only a small one, but
Yeah, we had a
sometimes
pizza
that's
last
enough.
night.
Yeah, because of on-site pizza, wasn't there?
Well, we've cooked some croissants.
Yeah, we've cooked some croissants and we've used the Tassimo.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a triplex, Thetford triplex, and we've used them before, and they work very
that's
well.
Fine,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's nice and warm in here. We did switch the heating on, didn't we,
Yeah.
last night because it got a bit cool. It's Truma,
Yeah,
and the water. I mean, when I first had my shower, the water was very hot. I had to quickly turn it down.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Water
all
either
of
way.
that fine, not a problem.
One drawback, I think, is a lack of electric sockets. There's only one in the kitchen. There's one there. I think that's about it.
Yeah, well, you're using your EcoFlow in the wardrobe, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got
To
the
charge
EcoFlow.
everything.
Yeah, so everything's getting charged in there. I mean, most people don't have to charge 2 cameras and 3 microphones.
And everything else. Yeah,
No.
2 phones and
2 phones, yeah.
yeah. So and that's nicely, because we haven't obviously brought a load of stuff for 3 days. That's nicely in that cupboard there, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's out of the way.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
such a big cupboard.
Yeah, it is, and it goes back quite a way. What about the fridge?
The fridge is beautifully cold.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it works really well. It's
Yeah.
a 12 volt only fridge, so it's a compressor fridge. It just works on 12 volt. And there is a switch above the fridge to switch it off, presumably
Yeah.
so you don't drain your battery when you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's good. It's quite deep. It goes all the width of the kitchen itself, so there's plenty of stuff in there. Not quite sure what its capacity is, but it does seem as though it's a really good sort of
yeah.
size. Really, I was quite impressed with that. We fitted about, I think our own fridge was about 3/4 full. We fitted all of that into the little fridge. Oh,
Yeah.
well, it seems like a little fridge. So more than happy with that.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there's a bit of noise comes from it. That's
Yeah, you can
get
hear
used
that. I
to
mean,
it,
people
but-
have said that you can hear compressor fridges working.
yeah, because it's near the bed, where we were sleeping.
Yeah.
I could hear it when it
It's not-
sort of
it's not
starts up,
annoying,
but
it's
it's not
just
an
you're aware-
awful noise.
You're aware of it.
I think the noisiest thing is the pump.
Yeah. That's right.
Pump's quite noisy, isn't it? I don't know
Yeah.
why that is.
Again, we haven't used a microwave yet either. That's the Russell Hobbs, and it's very,
Yeah, well, that
it's very
should be.
shiny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. It's a removable plate one, isn't
That's
it?
right.
Not one of the new ones,
And there is an extractor hood there as
which
well.
is a very nice touch.
It's a
Yeah,
very nice touch. The
Yeah.
upholstery in the van in general and the decor is very nice. It's very plush.
yeah, yeah,
I'm quite impressed with that.
yeah. I am.
Yeah.
It is a nice place to be in, I
Yeah.
think, isn't it? Especially in this lounge
Yeah.
here. Yeah, it's not the sort of van where you feel, oh, I want to go out, go somewhere else. It's quite nice in here, isn't
That's
it?
right.
Which is always a good test.
Okay, let's talk about the specs. I'm going to get my little sheet. Up. They left us a little sheet here from Webbs did.
Yeah, so we get these things right.
Except that they've got one of the things wrong on.
Right.
It's 2 berth only. There's no travel seats in here. It's a rear lounge, and its price is $59,995. It's a 2 litre engine. It's manual, and it's diesel obviously. 6-speed manual. It's got alloys, and they're really
They're
nice.
nice looking, aren't they?
Yeah. Blinds and fly screens. I would say the blinds are they're the sort that Bailey use.
They do that.
They do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're okay. They work all right. Let's not go there.
This window slides open, doesn't
That
it?
window slides, yeah, so that works very well. It's got cab air conditioning, which I've not been able to try. It's got cruise control, fridge freezer, hobs, multifunctional steering wheel, oven, reversing sensors. It's got a solar panel on the roof.
Yeah, don't know what.
Well, obviously we're plugged in, so I don't
No,
I don't know what
no.
size that is. And a TV aerial, so it has got provision for TV. There's no TV bracket built in, but I'm sure if you were buying this, they'd fit a bracket for you.
Yeah.
The width of the van, it says 2.2 here. It's not 2.2 at all. It's 2.05 wide, these vans with the mirrors folded. And its length is 6.36 metres long. Here endeth the specs.
Yeah. And so, I mean, we had the back doors open a bit, didn't we, first
That was
arrived?
quite nice. Yeah, I can imagine if you've got a nice view behind you, you can open up the doors and view out there. Today is a bit dark and
Yeah, threatening rain
dreary,
today, aren't
so
they?
we're not doing that. Or you could have the side door open. I suppose with this layout, you're not likely to be able to sit at the front with the side door open, admiring the view.
No.
Number one reason is that the cab seats don't have swivels on them.
No, no.
It would be really nice if at least they put a swivel on the passenger cab seat. It'd be nice just to sit there and admire the view out of the open window. So
Yeah, that sort of area, the cab, apart from Tara sleeping there, we're using as a storage area for the bed stuff.
Yeah, just dumped everything over there. So,
Yeah.
and all the bedding and everything is over there. So because we're not going anywhere, of course.
Yeah.
So that would be one of the things I'd add. The other thing I would add would be a fly screen on the main door.
Yeah, especially with dogs. I mean, we had this open, so if
And
only could we have something
they'll just
there
leap out.
to stop them going out. And,
Yeah.
you know, they'll leap out that door. I think the dogs actually find it easier to get in
Yeah.
because it's a wider door.
And it's a nice wide, there's an electric step at the bottom and a nice wide electric step. So it's very easy to get in and out of. But speaking of getting in and out of, once I'm in and I'm closing the door, I keep whacking my head on that cupboard. I've done it about 3 times now.
Yeah, and I've done it, I've whacked my head on the thing going towards the cab.
Yeah.
Because we're just not used to
where it is.
where it is, are we?
No, what I'd do is I'd add a pad there, you know, a bit of padding. So if I did whack my head, it would be a soft whack. Noticeably, there is a soft pad there with the Auto Explore logo on it.
Yeah, that's too high up for where I bang
Oh, is
my
it?
head.
Oh, you
I
banged
bang
it
my head
lower?
on the thing below. Which is quite soft as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And whilst we're up there is some good storage up there, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think we've got our Duvelet pillows up there, which are quite bulky. But I suppose you could put chairs up there, you know, like our little director chairs.
Yeah.
Again, we haven't brought any director chairs with us, so
No.
our pillows are residing up there. But there's a good amount of storage. The controls are fairly easy to understand. They are Truma based, and that panel is very familiar if you've ever used a Bailey caravan or motorhome. And there's plenty of little sort of pockets everywhere. They've got these, even on this back of here, there's a little pocket in there.
There is on the back of the kitchen thing.
Yeah, and the back of the chairs as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So lots of places for putting magazines and phones and whatever. And speaking of mobile phones, when we first came here, we thought, well, there's no USBs, because what we realised is all these lights have got USB sockets on them.
Right.
So that's quite handy.
Yeah, they have, haven't they?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that because it's sort of around the back.
So I'll have to edit that bit out of my original sort of look round.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm quite happy to be trying out this motorhome, and just frustrating I can't drive it. Yeah. Your thoughts on it?
Yeah, no, I think we've said the compromise obviously is the bathroom.
Yeah.
You've got to be the washroom. Sorry, you've got to be clever, you know, moving about, haven't you, and thinking what you're doing.
You've got to plan ahead a little bit, and you've got to put things away more than we do in our own motorhome.
I think it makes you be more tidy.
Yeah.
Than in ours, we tend to sort of leave things out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do like the fact that all your stuff charging is in.
My stuff
is out the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm quite. As I said, it's a nice place to be, and I find it quite relaxing in here, which is what you want.
So this is the Auto Explore RL on a Peugeot Boxer. Yeah. So nice alloy wheels. Quite like the graphics. It's very smart.
Yeah. Simple but nice.
Yeah. As your pull-out step, nice wide pull-out step. There's your wastewater drain. Sliding windows here, so obviously when you slide that back you don't knock the window off. Windows are caravan type windows. They stick out a little bit there. It's the same here. So these are sort of windows you would see on a caravan or a motorhome. But you've got the original van windows at the back, the flush, and they're quite tinted, so you can't really see in, which is a good thing. There's Peugeot Boxer. Here's the electric hookup. And the trim vents is just round here. There's not an awful lot to show on the outside. There's the water fill point, and the fresh water drain is just there. The toilet cassette is here. As you can see, there's no outside access to the lockers. There we are.
There's Tara and Poppy.
There's a little Tara and Poppy on the sofa, demonstrating the sofas.
Go.
And that's the problem with these bolster cushions. Every time you open the door, they fall out. There we go. Like I say, there's lots of pockets everywhere. Shush! You've got some access to the underfloor storage. Shush, 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 shush. Haven't you? Oh, there is another socket there. Just spotted one there.
Oh, is there? All right.
Yeah, so that's useful for your vacuum cleaner, or if you've got electric barbecue or something outside, I guess. Oh, shush, shush. Quite a smart looking van, isn't it? Yeah,
it is.
Quite sporty looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's the diesel. It's an AdBlue van, this one, so you've got the blue filler there. Something I probably already mentioned is they've got a 6 kilogram gas bottle in the locker, accessed from inside the motorhome. You've got the Truma unit in there. And that's a Truma Combi 4E in there. Could have actually had a bit more cupboard space in there, you know, above that unit. There's quite a lot of space there. Yeah, so this is our last day on Salisbury campsite, and we thought we'd come to a conclusion about this particular panel van conversion, what we think of it. So, do you want to go first?
Yeah, well, I love the lounge. I mean, I think we've said this. The problem I've got is with the washroom. Yeah. Because it's easy to knock the toilet roll and then it ends up on the floor in the shower area because the shower isn't drained. So I think you would tend to, 99% of the time, use the on-site facilities because it's not very spacious in there. Let's put it that way.
No, it is a wet room, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the thing that would put you off this particular van, is it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because we've been tending to use the washroom, our own washroom, a lot more ever since COVID started. I think we've got used to using it and having the facilities. So when you go off grid, or perhaps go to a site with no facilities,
yeah,
you know, would you want to use that washroom?
Well, that's what I was sort of thinking. I mean, we have done quite a few, like Dockrey Meadow we did in the Adamo, didn't we? And there's no toilet block there, so you would have to use the facilities there. Obviously, any type of off-grid camping, like at Hermanfest, we'd be using that. Yeah. And I think maybe I would get used to it.
Yeah.
You know, you do adjust. I mean, the nearest we've had was the Vista, but like you were telling me, the toilet was separate, wasn't it? It was on one side, and and
we have had small vans before, and we know you've got to make compromises.
Yeah.
And you've got to lose stuff, I think, as well. And
you can't take everything with you. No. I think it would be great for moving on regularly. Yeah. In it, I think, say, East Coast of Scotland or something like that. Yeah. You know, then you'd stop for lunch and fantastic views and things like that.
Throw open the windows.
Yeah,
and the doors,
I think it would be absolutely brilliant for that.
Yeah.
It's just that small bathroom, I think, washroom. Yeah.
Yeah, I have similar thoughts. I could probably live with the washroom. It doesn't bother me so much. I would use on-site facilities and put up with having a shower in there and getting dressed outside.
Yeah.
So I could live with the washroom. I'd absolutely love the sofas. You know,
they're very nice.
It's a very sociable place to be. I mean, the dogs seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I know I've said this about a dozen times at least, but I really wish I could have a drive of it, because for me that would be one of the deciding factors. It is, what's it like to drive? Is it that much easier to get down narrow country lanes?
In our conclusion then, we love the living area, we love the sleeping area. It's just the washing area that
puts you off. Yeah,
puts me off more than you.
Yeah. Now, what I'd ask is people who have downsized, if you're thinking of downsizing, what are your thoughts? Are the compromises too far that you wouldn't take or wish you hadn't taken? If you could, let us know. Leave a comment below.
Yeah.
And if you enjoyed the video and found it useful, give us a thumbs up. And if you subscribe and you hit the notifications icon, you'll get an update of when we release another video. Hopefully we can bring you more useful and entertaining, hopefully, things in the future.
Next thing for us is the Norfolk show, isn't it? Yeah.
When we finish here, which will be tomorrow, we take the van back, we're off to Burford, but we're not going to film anything there. We're just going to have a little rest and catch up
before we go home. Yeah, and then let's say we're going to Norfolk show after that.
Got the Norfolk show after that. So I've still got a load of editing to do. Never mind. I do enjoy the editing and I do enjoy the filming. So.
Yeah, and you've got your garden to rescue.
Well, I thought it was a wildlife sanctuary. I was thinking that this morning.
It definitely is, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, on that note.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Bye then.
Bye then.